Hello traders, this is Footy Trader from myfootballtrading.com. It's Friday and welcome to another video where we'll be looking at the odds and the games. This time I'll do it in a different way slightly. There will be just one video where I'll go through the leagues. I'll try to timestamp it as well so it's easier for you to jump to the league you're most interested in, but let me know what your preference is long term, right? Whether you would like to have one video or 5 videos, one longer video or 5 smaller ones. Today, as usual, I'll start with the results from last week. Not something very good, but here it is. So it was minus 61. Unfortunately, 4 trades ended in red and 3 were green out of the 7. So obviously long term, that's not the accuracy or the winning percentage that would allow us to secure profits long term. Couple of things that I could have avoided, definitely this one, right? Atalanta, AC Milan, it should be a 0-0 trade, not minus 30. I made a mistake there. In the end, I should have closed the trade. I let it run. And I did what people often do wrong, and I did the same, right? I said to myself, there's no way Atalanta scores a winning goal in the added time, and this is exactly what happened. So be careful and don't use those phrases, there is no way something happens in a football match, right? Rather manage your risk more wisely than I did in this game. So that's a loss. Other than that, Fulham, West Ham, this one, Fulham just demolished West Ham, something that I've didn't really see happening, but for me, still Fulham in general is not a better team than West Ham. They are probably somewhere in a similar category. Aston Villa Arsenal, nice win by Aston Villa. That was a good one. Here Monaco won. Union Berlin defeated Mönchengladbach, which also surprised me a bit. Union Berlin seems to be finding his way out of the bottom of the table. Las Palmas won 1-0, so that was easy. And Lens could not win with Montpellier. It ended 0-0. So this is what happened. It's not that match selection was wrong. It's not that what happened is something unusual, but I'm not saying that there is nothing to improve. There are things to improve, especially around managing these trades in play. Yeah. Right. But we always need to look at a bigger perspective, right? 1 week is nothing. Here it is. I'll show you. So here is the overall performance. So you can see that we are still looking at the 62% winning trades, and yeah, you can see on this chart that very recently there is a small hiccup, but I'm sure that this is temporary, and we'll get this. We'll get this over with, yeah. So, really looking forward to another weekend. And in terms of that losing one, think of it this way. This is my detailed tracker, right? And if you look at let's say the monthly tracking, which is this part, yeah. So if you if I had plus 200 twice and plus 100 once and plus 200 again, is it something unusual that I have minus 60 on 1 month? I don't think that's it. This is unusual. It's just a part of the game. Yeah. Okay, so with that, before we start, actually, I wanted to bring your attention to one interesting conversation that I've just had on Twitter. I would like to share with you it because, and everyone who follows my Twitter profile knows it already, but there is a small misconception. You can see that everything started after my friend Poseidon Trader published a post related to the results of his colleague, and there is this gentleman 8-bit gun who said double chance is a powerful bet. Yeah, and then so Poseidon Trader responded saying that, I mean, any bet is powerful if it has value. And this guy again said, no, double chance particularly because you eliminate the draw being a loss. So then Poseidon said again, no, if a bet has no value, you will always lose money regardless of the market that you're betting on. And then this guy again said, I called it a powerful bet. I believe there is value in simply having a double chance in every home team in the league season. It will have value. So I sent my emoji with a face covering my eyes, as what this gentleman is saying, it doesn't make sense really. And he it seems that he felt a little bit offended, so that wasn't my intention. I apologized. But of course, there is no value in simply having an opportunity or a chance to place bets in the market, right? Whether it's double chance or any other market, the value is not because you can place your bet, right? And having a double chance on every home win in the league season, like, come on. I mean, I know this video is not about it, but one comment is that if it was that simple, yeah, if it was that simple, think about it for a second. If it was that simple, you just take a double chance market, you just place your money on every home team in the league season, and you are profitable long term, then there will be a lot more millionaires using the betting exchanges than they are. So really, the key to success is just not there. Yeah, but okay, that was a side note. Let's go back to what's most interesting, and that is the leagues. So starting with the Premier League, categories are ready, the games are ready. We are aware of the recent results. So let's see what's ahead of us. Let's start with the odds. And today we have one game. It's Nottingham against Tottenham. Excuse me. And it's 495, 167. Nottingham, I have in category 6, Tottenham around category 3. So I think those odds pretty much reflect that correctly. So that would be a no for me. Yeah. Probably around even money would be a good bet for Tottenham. 167 is in my opinion, more or less accurate. Bournemouth against Luton, 148, and only the Devils number 666. So yeah, Bournemouth really promising very good results recently. 4 wins in 5 games, so they are now 14th in the table. Luton 4 losses in 5 games. It's a no. Arsenal against Brighton, and I have Arsenal number 2, and note that I don't have number 1 anymore. Well, Manchester City was number 1, but it's maybe it will be promoted to number 1 later, but for now it's not. So Arsenal against Brighton. Brighton number 4, Arsenal number 2. I would expect, and again, I'm saying that not looking at the odds, I would expect this to be less than even money, around 1.8 maybe, and that would be a reasonably good offer. And the market is telling me 1.47, 6.56, which is interesting stuff. I'll make a pause here. I'll get back to that. Brentford against Aston Villa, 3.16 and 2.21. Yeah. Aston Villa doing very good recently. And it makes sense. But so Aston Villa number 2 facing Brentford number 5. You have 2.21. It is an away game. Okay, 2.21. Arsenal facing Brighton number 4. We agree that Brighton is a better team than Brentford. And Arsenal playing at home, 147. Should probably be a little bit more. But whether there is a huge value here to lay Arsenal, no, I don't think so. Let me see very quickly at Brentford's latest result. Oh, terrible results. Terrible results by Brentford. Okay. So I'll get back to that. Sorry, what did I do? Okay, I'll have to get back to that. Let's move on. Burnley against Everton. Everton finally finding a way, winning. They have to be favorites in this one. Burnley 3.53, 2.14. Yeah. Here you can think of it, right? Because as these odds, and while you're going through this, right, you always need to find those comparisons, right? Where the odds are similar, the probabilities are similar, and you can evaluate that easily. So ask yourself this question: is the difference between Everton and Burnley the same as Aston Villa and Brentford? I don't think there is, actually. That I'm changing to yes, and this is a no. I think Everton away, Burnley, 2.14 is fine, but Aston Villa, I think they are just demolishing everyone. I think 2.21 is too high for them. Chelsea, Sheffield, simple stuff, 124 as you would expect. Nothing to add here, 12.22. Liverpool, Manchester United, definitely Liverpool being the favorites, 132, 8.51. So here we have again number 2 against number 3. And this may be an exaggeration, actually. 1 second. This we work with. No, this will come back to City Palace, 118, 1603, as you would expect. And Newcastle, Fulham doing really good, but Newcastle at home, unstoppable, 186 and 404, which I do agree with. With this one I agree, and with this one I agree. West Ham against Wolves. Any expectations for the odds? Yeah, so West Ham 2.14 and Wolves 3.40, which is fair. This is fair. I'm okay with that. So is Liverpool 6 times a better team than Manchester United? That's the question we need to answer. Manchester United 6th in the table, Liverpool top of the league. And I'll go with no, simply because Manchester United, even though they are 6th in the table, they have 7 defeats, and no team has 7 defeats until up in the first 10 teams, really. So they are 6th, but they have more defeats than any other team in the first 10. So I won't be going against Liverpool in this in this match. So this one I will do. So Aston Villa for me it is. Just as a reminder, Aston Villa number 3 in the table, and at home they are just undefeated. Away, however, they are 3 wins, 2 draws and 3 defeats. But Brentford, the same at home, 3-3-2. But the current form is very different. Yeah, so I feel Aston Villa 2.21, and on the exchanges there will be more. It is definitely a value. Here, this Liverpool Manchester United. Okay, Liverpool is better, maybe not 6 times. If Liverpool goes 1-0 up, and the game is somehow equal, when you look at the game, there will be an opportunity to have a very cheap lay bet. So for that, I will just add it to the watch list, but not pre-game, just to maybe find an opportunity in play. Okay. So that's that. Right. So that's Premier League. Let's move on to Spain, and we have La Liga. La Liga. Yeah, so let's look at the odds. Just opening La Liga. By the way, did you watch the game between Barcelona and Girona? A very, very nice one. Yeah, 4-2 for Girona. Very amazing play. Really amazing play by Girona. Okay, definitely need to take that into account. Let's see at the card. I have the odds in front of me. Osasuna against Vallecano. This is for today. I have Vallecano a better team, but they are close to each other. Osasuna number 5, Vallecano number 4. The market is telling me it's different. 2.26, 3.52. The question really is, do we want to invest? Do we want to invest in Rayo Vallecano? That's the question that we need to answer. So let's have a closer look how they are doing. And again, using the car racing analogy, how did they do in the last couple of races? So Rayo Vallecano, they didn't do that well. 5 games, no wins. Osasuna, 5 games, no wins. And this is a no, right? Not because, it's against my categories, but in order to have a good investment decision, you need to take more into account than blindly those categories. So there's more. And if you have 2 teams that just are not able to win a football game at the moment, so you have a car that, constantly cannot win any race, and you have the other car doing the same, and you have a race between them, it's not a good investment decision to stick to one of these cars. That's why for those teams it's a no. Celta Vigo against Granada. So we are expecting Celta Vigo here, and also we are expecting, we can do again a comparison here, right? So Osasuna, Celta Vigo, if they are for me the same category team, Granada isn't. Granada is definitely worse team than Vallecano. What is the market telling us? Yeah, 168 for Celta Vigo and 502. Maybe some of you would expect even lower odds for Celta Vigo, but still, again, I'm reminding you, Celta Vigo 3 times better than Granada is what the market is telling us. But we are talking about bottom part of the table, right? We are talking about teams that again didn't win a game in last 5. So again, this is not a good investment opportunity. Now, Athletic Bilbao, Atletico Madrid may be a good opportunity, because here we have teams a lot stronger. We have teams that we can tell a little bit more about, right? And for me, Atletico Madrid being better, but it's just a one category difference. Number 2 for Atletico Madrid, number 3 for Athletic Bilbao. Atletico Madrid playing away, so need to take that into account. I would expect, so I was expecting a lower odds for Atletico Madrid. The market is surprising. I'm having a look now. Bilbao 2.43, Atletico Madrid 2.90. No, this is, so unless there are some injuries and some key players missing, I am not able to justify this, really. Bilbao 5th in the table, 29 points. Atletico Madrid 3rd in the table, 34 points. I don't think Bilbao is a better team. I know that they're good at home. Atletico Madrid is struggling a little bit. They were defeated by Las Palmas 2-1 and by Barcelona 1-0. They also lost with Valencia a while ago. But still, I think that these odds do not reflect the reality correctly. Last season, and this is just for the record, Atletico Madrid won twice with Athletic Bilbao. So so I'm adding this to the watch list. Laying Athletic Bilbao seems to be a good decision, but then again, it's a subject for checking the team news. Okay, moving on. What else? Sevilla against Getafe. This will be hard to assess even for me, because I have at the moment Getafe in category 4, Sevilla category 5, and we all know that Sevilla is underperforming at the moment, right? Europe League champions many times, really struggling at the moment. If we look at the table, Getafe is 9th at the moment. Sevilla is still struggling and is 16th. So I am expecting either equal odds or a little bit lower for Getafe. The market is saying 198 4.12. So sorry, I have to add it to the watch list. Sevilla may be twice as Getafe, but Sevilla would be twice as better as Getafe in the usual circumstances, and not now as they are really struggling. So happy to have a closer look in this game. Valencia against Barcelona. This is rather simple and nothing unusual. 5.10 for Valencia. Barcelona 1.67. Is Barcelona 3 times better as Valencia? I think they are. Yeah. So it's a no for me. Almeria against Mallorca. Again, we are not touching this. Even the market doesn't know who the favorite is. 2.66, 2.8. It's a no. Again, teams that are very much struggling recently. Of course, Almeria, very bottom of the table. No wins in 16 games. Mallorca, they won with Sevilla 1-0. Other than that, they are also struggling. So, yeah. I won't be touching this game. Then we have Real Sociedad against Betis. they are in the same category, but I have on the back of my head that Real Sociedad is a slightly better. 171, 504. Interesting odds. The problem with Betis is that they are very much struggling in away games. It is characteristic for this team, yeah. They played 8 games and this season, and they won only 1 away. So because of that, I won't be touching this game. And Real Sociedad really 5 wins in 8 games. So while Real Sociedad is in general not 3 times better, but again, there is more. You don't go blind. There are more factors that you need to take into account, and Betis really struggling away from home for some reason. So I don't think it's a good decision to go against Real Sociedad in those circumstances. Las Palmas against Cadiz, 194. And 436. And you can do a comparison here. So the market is telling us that the difference between Sevilla and Getafe to Sevilla's favor is the same as Las Palmas against Cadiz. It simply is not. Simply is not. Las Palmas is at the moment 8th in the table, 24 points, doing really good. Cadiz, like 2 wins in 16 games. 194 may even not be that bad. I mean, Sevilla odds are wrong, but Las Palmas, Cadiz away, 8 games, 5 goals, 0 wins. Come on. So this is a yes. Real Madrid against Villarreal, it's not the same Villarreal that was last season, 126. The market very strongly favors Real Madrid, and I don't think I can. I can, but I don't want to go against this team. So 3 selections here for La Liga. Athletic Bilbao, Atletico Madrid. I believe that the odds for Atletico Madrid should be lower. 2.9. I think it's too high. And then Las Palmas against Cadiz. Las Palmas doing really good, and I think it's worth backing them. And Sevilla 2 times better than Getafe. Not so much, in my opinion. Let's move on, because there is still a lot to cover. Serie A, and it's so red. Why is it so red, you ask? It's because I have a lot of teams in category 6 at the moment. If you take Genoa, Udinese, Frosinone, Empoli, Cagliari, anyone can beat anyone in this group. So this is why so many teams is in the same category. But let's have a look at the card. Here we go. Serie A. Okay. Starting with Genoa against Juventus. There can be only one favorite, and there is 5-11. But this is I wasn't expecting that. 1.89. This I wasn't expecting. I was expecting much lower odds, to be quite honest with you. Juventus, 2nd in the table, battling it on with Inter for the Scudetto. Yeah? And Genoa, 14th, really struggling recently. Lost with Frosinone, drew with Empoli, lost with Monza. At home, they are 3-2. Juventus, last 3 wins away, defeated Milan away, defeated Fiorentina away, defeated Monza away. 189. If it goes up and it's around even money, that's a yes. And this game is today, so I'll have a look. Definitely we'll have a look at that. Lecce against Frosinone. Yeah. It's the story with category 6 teams, and anyone can beat anyone. 2.17, 3.5. So the market is saying Lecce is better, maybe because they are just at home. Lecce 13th, Frosinone 12th. For me, they are even. Okay, Lecce playing at home. Market favors them. Anyone can win. It's really a no for me. Then we have Napoli against Cagliari. Yeah, so not much to talk about here. And I can find it, but I have it here. Okay, so it's 132 and 9.46, which I'm not arguing with. Torino against Empoli. Yes, 161, 597, which is fine. AC Milan against Monza. 162 for 5.4. So number 2 against number 5, pretty good. And we can compare with Napoli. I'm saying that Napoli and Milan are the same team. Cagliari worse than Monza. The market confirms the odds are lower. Seems fine. Fiorentina against Verona. Again, we have a very strong favorite, 142, 772. And then we have Udinese against Sassuolo. So again, similar stuff as with Lecce Frosinone. What can you do? Udinese 17th, Sassuolo 15th. You just don't want to invest money in the game. And again, the market is favoring slightly the home team. So we have 224 and 3.13. Moving on, Bologna against Roma. This one is interesting actually, because Bologna number 4, Roma number 3. The market has it in a different way. 2.44. They're favoring Bologna at home. 2.44, 3.28. So they say 134 times better than Rome. Bologna is, and 40% of winning, 30% for Rome. How is it in the table? So yeah, Bologna 5th, Roma 4th. Should be more even than that. Yeah, so Bologna at home, very good. 5 wins, 7 games. Roma away, yeah, struggling a little bit. 2 wins only in 7 games. So it is something with some teams that they just struggle when they play away, and it seems to be the case here. So yeah, I won't be getting involved in this one. Atalanta against Salernitana. We have this one, but it's simple. 131, and that's it. 974. And the last one, Lazio against Inter. So think of it. Lazio really struggling this season. They are only 10th place. 16 goals scored, 16 goals conceded, 10th place. And you have Inter, top of the league, 12 wins in 15 games. Inter playing away. What odds do you expect? Yeah, of course, we need to have Inter. Lower odds for Inter. But how much lower? Do you think... Okay, let's take this threshold of even money. Should the Inter odds be lower than 2.00 and higher? For me, lower. Not sure about you, but I would say that I would take anything above 1.8, 1.9 maybe. So the market is saying 4.88 for Lazio, and for Inter 1.76, which I think is pretty much accurate. 1.76 for Inter I think it is accurate. And Inter being 2.77 times better than Lazio. Lazio having 20% winning chance and Inter 56. Pretty accurate. So Juventus against Genoa is the only one. Again, check the team news. If these odds go up, I think there is value. They faced, by the way, they faced Monza last week, and they were 192, Monza category 5, and here they face category 6 and they are 189. 192 was a value last week, so 189, it is a value this week. So, but yeah, let's check the team news. Maybe I have the team news. 1 second, maybe I can. Yeah, I do. So Juventus is full house. Chesney, Gatti, Bremer, Danilo, Kostic, Miretti, Locatelli, McKennie, Cambiaso, and in front Federico Chiesa and Dusan Vlahovic. Mose Ken is injured. Other than that, yeah. So, I mean, for me, it's a good opportunity. Okay, Bundesliga is next. Let's have a look. Germany. And let's quickly see the card. Today, Borussia Mönchengladbach and Bremen, two teams from the same category. The market is favoring Mönchengladbach. 209, 3.26. Mönchengladbach 10th. Bremen 12th. Mönchengladbach at home. Probably, yeah, I mean, I won't be getting involved in this one. Mönchengladbach is playing well at home. Bremen is not, and this is interesting. Now I had a look at that. Werder Bremen, believe it or not, 6 games away, no wins, and only 1 draw. So 209 seems pretty good in these circumstances. So let's see. Yeah, it will be good to see it. Augsburg, Dortmund. Yeah, 343, 196, which is fine. Bochum against Union de Berlin. Yeah, look at that. 2 red teams. Yeah, I mean red, same category. And what is the market telling me? 266, 265. Voila, bingo, perfect. 100%. 100%, the market agrees with me, 100%. Now, Darmstadt against Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg, a better team, and the market confirms. 3-2-2, 2-2-1. Good. Mainz against Heidenheim. So Mainz, we have category 7, Heidenheim, category 6. We don't want to be involved. The market, for some reason, strongly favors Mainz 168, Heidenheim 4.81. But with those teams, I'm not getting involved. Leipzig against Hoffenheim. Leipzig better, especially at home, 142, 668. Fair. Why is it fair? It's because Leipzig undefeated at home, and Hoffenheim, so they lost that game with Mönchengladbach away recently. So I think that Leipzig will definitely get a win there. In addition to that, we have Freiburg against Köln. We are expecting Freiburg to be favorites, and this is exactly the case. 186, 4.18. Leverkusen against Frankfurt, 136, 8.10. And Bayern München against Stuttgart, 145, 6.11. And these three games, if you look at them, the market very strongly favors those home teams. I'm referring to this one, Bayern, Leipzig, and Leverkusen. Because Bayern is second, but Stuttgart is third. And yeah, and you know what happened in the last game, right? Frankfurt demolished Bayern 5-1. So I think it's worth checking this one, especially if Bayern goes 1-0 up. It will be a very cheap play opportunity. Leverkusen against Frankfurt. Yeah, so it's first against seventh, but here, yeah, this I think, yeah, Leverkusen will manage. But going back to this one, Leipzig against Hoffenheim, yeah, I think that's, I will leave it at that. So, yeah, Mönchengladbach against Bremen. I think the market is generous with those home odds for Mönchengladbach at 2.09. And the second one, Bayern Stuttgart, second against third. Stuttgart can fight, and 145 for Bayern, who was demolished 5-1 recently, seems to be a value. So that's Bundesliga, and now my favorite one, Ligue in France. So let's go very quickly. Probably we won't find much. You can see I have a lot of the teams in category 5, because in this category 5 anyone can beat anyone, really. But we have Monaco against Lyon today, and I'm not arguing with the odds. 175, 444. You know how Olympique Lyon is struggling. Monaco is, so they are at the very moment third in the table. Lyon at the very bottom. It's a no. Lorient, Strasbourg, yes, market agrees that anyone can win. 2.54, 2.94, so it's a no. Again here, Metz, Montpellier, 3.24, 2.30, favoring Montpellier slightly, but that's a no. Nantes against Stade Brest. Oh, sorry, I couldn't find the odds. 2.64, 2.77. So the market is saying they are equal. How in the world that I have it? Okay, so Brest is category 3, number 5 in the league table. Nantes number 9th. How is Brest doing away? Doing pretty good. Nantes at home as well. I don't think I will be involved in that. I just don't feel that it's a good decision. Le Havre against Nice for 19 and 2. 2 for Nice seems generous, isn't it? I mean, Nice second in the league table. But they started struggling. 0-0 draw with Montpellier recently away, and defeat at Nantes 1-0. So not gonna touch this. Le Havre, yeah, they are struggling at home, but at these odds, it's a no. Okay, Lille against Paris Saint-Germain. It's 3.94 and 1.86. So going against Paris Saint-Germain in the French League is difficult. I mean, not in a way that you can't do it, more that there is a gap, right, between the quality of the players that Paris Saint-Germain has and the other teams. So Lille at home doing relatively good, 5 wins in 7 games. Paris Saint-Germain, of course, top of the league if you look at home games, away games, and overall. 186 I think is fair, not going against them. Olympique Marseille, Clermont, probably it will be around, I don't know, 175 or even less, probably even less. Or Clermont number 6. The market is telling me 1.44, yeah, agreeing with that, and 7.25, so that's a no. And 2 last games, Lens against Stade Rennes is 1.96. This is number 3 against number 4, 3.81, which is correct. And these teams we are expecting similar odds. Toulouse, Stade Rennes, category 5, anyone can win. Yeah, 3.19 and 2.22. That's a no. So the only game that I'm a little bit concerned of is this game, Nantes against Stade Brest. I will add it to the watch list simply because I want to have a closer look, at the team news, at the starting lineups, and see whether there is value in laying Nantes, laying the the home team. It will be good to see. Okay, I think we've reached the end. So thank you very much for everyone who stayed until the end. Let me know in the comments that you stayed until the end. Very grateful for that. Again, let me know if you prefer this format or you prefer separate videos for every league, or this video with the timestamps. Enjoy the weekend full of football. We'll be in touch on Twitter throughout Saturday and Sunday. Share your wins, share your losses. If you have any questions, hit me up, on Twitter. I'll make sure I respond. So all the best, and stay green. And here is for the good one. Thank you very much, and bye.